Our next author is the author of Why Do They Always Break Up With Me? The Ultimate Guide to Overcome Heartbreak for Good. Carrie Jeroslow. Carrie, this is such a great book. Breakups are the worst, but we are in breakup central now. It feels like everyone I know is breaking up.
Yes, that is absolutely what's happening because everything is being shook up. Every sector, every aspect of our lives is being shook up, which is hard and painful, but also necessary to really move into our truth and to live the life that we have always dreamed that we could live.
Why do they always break up with me?
Ah,
What's the story? What's the real?
I looked into that for over 20 years. And that's what I am really excited about this book is because I took 20 years of my figuring out why they always broke up with me and then condensed it into an 8-step process of really everything that I went through in those 20 years. But it was 20 years of, no internet, no Yahoo, no Google. So it was just kind of finding my way and now able to offer that to people. This is how you can do it in a shorter period of time. It's 8 steps and very practical, something that's not too out there, but also introduces really important spiritual principles with practical ways to implement them in your life.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
If we can answer the question for ourselves, why do they always break up with me? Do you think they will be less likely to break up with me?
Absolutely, for sure. That is the internal process that I lead people through, is to understand what within myself, because it's always within ourselves. We want it to be about everyone else. We want it to be their fault. They're the person that, was the bad person. But through my own experience, when I actually went internal and took the blame off of everyone else and really looked at myself, that was almost instantaneously what shifted me into experiencing different experiences. I went from always breaking up with me to an incredible dream relationship with my husband. One I always dreamed about. You'd see in movies, oh, that wouldn't be possible, not for me, but it is. I am living proof of that.
The first time I learned this lesson, I remember exactly where I was. I was going through my first big breakup. I was 25, and I learned this from an amazing woman named Marianne Williamson.
Me too.
I knew we shared that experience. So I want to talk about your experience with the Author Incubator, but we've talked today about how at the Author Incubator, there are editors that make sure the words are right, and there are designers that make sure your cover is beautiful and you have a beautiful cover. And we have project managers to make sure you don't miss deadlines. And we have our author success coaches, and I come in there with training and steps, but we also are the only publishing house coaching program to have an author mentor of Marianne Williamson, which is crazy. You guys are in the very first, I guess it's the second group, but you're among the first people since Marianne joined our team. And I wondered if you'd share your experience as someone like me who found Marianne as a big part of your growth journey and spiritual journey. What's it been like to work with her?
A dream come true, for sure. Like I said, so in 1993, I went through one of the hardest breakups. I think I'm going to end up with him. That's going to be my husband. We're going to have kids and all this stuff. Boom, he broke up with me. In my hands, not too far from that, was A Woman's Worth by Marianne Williamson. It was the book that began my spiritual awakening. It was the first one. So when she became a part of the Author Incubator, I mean, it was mind-blowing, because it was as if I had come full circle from the beginning to where I am now. And I was able to tell her that in our author event. And that was pinnacle in my life as of right now. I mean, it was an amazing experience. And her wisdom has been just, I can't even put it into words how important it's been. It's been so inspirational, you know, as have you and your whole team. She is able to put things in a way, you know, she's just so eloquent with the way that she expresses herself, and getting to the point and just driving it in on such a deep soul level. So it's not just intellectual, it is, you know, it gets me right to my core. And she has sent me on those deep spiritual journeys, even in the time that I've just been working with her, just by certain things that she says. So it's just the most amazing experience.
I've always said the Author Incubator has the best team, but now that we have Marianne, it's like, all right, now no one can argue with me on that.
Seriously. I mean, the Author Incubator has been one of the best choices I've made in my life. I have had it on my radar for a year and a half, and it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. I mean, you know, we had gotten okay, your kids are going to be home from school, you're going to be homeschooling. My primary business was going to have to close and shift completely, do major pivots. And I just sat there going, now is the time. So I went on to take your master class, and I couldn't get online because the internet was, you know, crazy. And I said, well, I'm just going to put in an application. And within, you know, 3 days, there I was signed up. And your team is so incredible. I have felt supported the entire way and cheerleaded, and just like, you know, it really has delivered everything that you said that you would deliver, and a million times more, and on such a soul level. So I'm so thankful.
I love that. Well, why do they always break up with me? The ultimate guide to overcome heartbreak for good. It is a personal journey you can take, even if you are not going through a breakup now. But if you do know someone who is in pain from a breakup, I know what that's like. Carrie knows what it's like. Please share this link with a friend and share it today, because it is free, but only today. So thanks, Carrie. Congratulations on becoming a best-selling author.
Thank you.